Kia ora koutou. Welcome everybody to the Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center. My name is Matt Chavez, here today with Dan Nichols to wrap up the NZIHL regular season here in Christchurch. The Red Devils and Admirals close the curtains on the season, and it should be an interesting one, even if it is towards the latter end of the table there, Dan.
Yes, indeed. Canterbury Red Devils locked in the fifth spot a number of weeks ago now, and this game essentially is their last one before they'll hit the off-season, probably the golf course.
And the golf course, indeed, yeah.
The golf course, indeed. But West Auckland Admirals, they've still got games ahead of them, so yeah, they've got, I guess, this final game of the regular season to get through. Probably some key focuses, get through it with no injuries, no suspensions, and if you can work on some things on the way through, that will set them up going into their semi-final rounds.
Yeah, it's important to say that the Admirals are going into the playoffs here, and they'll be playing against their crosstown rivals, the Botany Swarm. All of the games the game last night sorted out everything for playoff seedings, and what that meant was that the Admirals do take the fourth seed, and they'll be taking on Botany. I think it's the 8th and 9th of August. Please check the listings on that to make sure, but it'll be a crosstown fight for supremacy in Auckland. And it's the other game that happened last night, as the Thunder went down to the Stampede 6-3, and because of that, the Stampede ended up getting home ice at that pivotal junction and take the 2 seed. And they'll repeat the series with the Thunder on August 1st and 2nd. So, and actually, Dan, I'll be there for that one. That'll be an interesting one because last night it was kind of a drop-off for the Thunder. The Stampede came through, and they'll get a chance to do a do-over, I guess is what you'd say on that one.
Indeed, and it's interesting to say, like, these semi-final matchups, I believe during the regular season it was all split weekends. And so it was, one win for one team in the first game, and then another team for the other game in the second game on each weekend. So they're probably quite fitting matchups that they're going into the semi-finals. Both teams, it's sort of a 2-2 head-to-head.
It's incredibly even. Yeah. So you mentioned it yesterday that there was only one overtime game all year. And for those of you that be familiar with this, if you look at the 31, 30, and 29 points as it ends up, it was that overtime and not winning in regulation for the Thunder that actually prevented a 3-way tie at the top with 30 points each. So that was the difference with the Swarm coming out on top, because they took it to overtime just that once. It was good enough. All 3 teams 10-6. The Admirals going in today 8-7. So a guarantee that at least 4 teams will be 500 or above this year in the NZIHL, so I'm really glad that they have 4 playoff spots.
Yeah, indeed. They would have had some people digging deep into the NZIHL manual to work out the 3-way tiebreaker process then.
Absolutely. So it didn't, luckily the math all mathed out just fine, which was exactly what we wanted to see. So waiting for the Admirals to come down from the locker room at the moment. We'll get started.
You think it's a bit of mental gamesmanship beforehand here, just delaying your approach down to the ice, let the Red Devils be out on the ice earlier, wait a few more minutes on the ice, maybe freeze up the muscles a bit more again?
I think you're thinking too much.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, maybe they're planning for the semi-finals. Maybe this is dress rehearsal.
It could be. If I'm the Admirals, I actually am looking at this as a tune-up. Not necessarily this is the playoffs, because it's clearly not, but everything that they want to try out to get ready for the Swarm, they're going to be trying it out today.
Yep. Again, no consequences again if they do end up on the losing side of the ledger here. They've got all the opportunities to work on some combinations. I think that, again, mentioned it yesterday, they are missing a few players that they were hoping to have back come the semi-finals, which will add to their roster. But until then, it gives a chance for the coaches to work some players around with some different wing pairings or centre combinations, deep pairings, etc. So they've got a bit more idea when they do go into the semi-final round against the Botany Swarm, what their lineup might look like.
Yeah, same thing for me as seeing the Red Devils here is they're going to be trying things. They're going to be working on just figuring some things out that didn't get figured out this year, to be fair. We talked a little bit about possession being not very valuable. We'll see if that changes here, but today we're going to turn the play-by-play over to you, Dan, for a little while, and I'll let you jump onto this one as we get set up.
Very good. Got Regan up against Haas here for the opening face-off for the second game of this weekend. And it's a knock forward by Regan, and he's straight away after it. He's going to beat Byfield down to it and get tangled up. And Regan comes away to the corner, up to Taylor Kennedy on the point. Shot goes wide, and Luke Tappan goes chasing it. But again, great pressure there by Vesper. Poked away by the Devils there, out to neutral. Taylor Kennedy waits for his teammates to touch back up, and he dumps it in. Now Luke's settling it down, finds Gallagher on the wing, pops it into Haas, and here come the Devils moving up the ice. Tries to make a move on the blue line, loses it through, comes to Moncrief with the backhand move there, but Chaba early on is up to that one. That's a save.
That was a fantastic save by Chaba. Starting all 16 games for the Admirals, he did a great job here once again. He came out, he was ready. Good glove save.
Great save. I think he's like 99% of their minutes played as well.
Yeah.
Only a minute or so that he wasn't on as the puck gets dropped, and here come away the Admirals now. So the cross ice pass to Quinn. He puts the brakes on. Tries to find Vesper in the middle, but misses. Vesper now has it though. Tries to feed it into the slot. Puck gets knocked away by the Devils, and Dobwell just plays it up to neutral ice, and it goes through the skates of Howard Jones. Chubba there puts it at Mason Kennedy as he starts to break out. And Vesper skating up now. Gets the puck knocked off him, but gets control back again and gets it into the corner. Belusny putting pressure on. And puck down low there by Quinn, but pops it up to the blue line. Mason Kennedy throws one through. I don't think Dick Reason saw much of that, but did get his pad down in time. Take two. This time Quinn's in front for a tip, but Reason stops that one as puck pops out to Lees here, and he's got a chance. Skating away, quick shot. It's popped up, it's high, and it's knocked away by Flynn Howard-Jones. Finally, Admirals calm it down, and Savigny brings it out through neutral ice, and he just pauses there on the blue line and causing his teammate Quinn there to go offside.
That was a good breakaway there. Just right at the end, it fluttered up over Chaba, and then you just thought, oh, is this going to be the same thing that happened before? But no, it went just a little past the goal.
It's deceiving from our commentary angle where that puck actually was.
Yeah.
When it went up in the air. A few people hoping it dropped in behind Chaba, but not to be. As Chamberlain now throws the puck down in behind Reason. Hopkins picks it up. And his winger wasn't there on the boards as he throws it round. And now Henry plays it down low to Cheney.
Nets off the peg, it looks like.
And look at that.
Again.
Matt's onto it, and then, yep, we get the whistle. No change there to the Red Devils. We had a few of these stoppages yesterday.
Yeah, a few of them. This time around, it was Dan Reason, who also is, like Chaba, tends to play heavy into the post. So we'll see if that's an ongoing theme today.
Did obviously Reason getting the start today. Kerry had the start yesterday. Vince now cycles it down low past Maestro. Stays with him, puts pressure on him. Up to McLeish on the blue line, but shot doesn't get through. And here comes Vince after it. Goes to bat around Hopkins. Finds a pass through, but it's to the backhand of Henry, and he can't make anything of it. And this time McLeish gets a shot through, but I think that's cleanly seen by Reason, and he'll gets his glove on that one for the stoppage.
Yeah, interesting, the Red Devils kind of just pushing out to the boards and really pressing the Admirals outside early, which is exactly what they're going to want to get done. They won the battle on the boards yesterday, but it was that centering pass. We'll see if they can get the other half of the equation here.
As Taylor Kennedy now fires a shot in, and again, Reason up for the save. Yeah, I didn't notice that yesterday they were making a lot of attempts to get good centering passes into that slot area, low slot, high slot area. Wasn't always clean, and Red Devils did do a good job of disrupting it. But yeah, that's definitely part of their game plan. Puck goes to Tappan on the boards, and he plays it up to Mawson, who plays it back down and briefly offside, but we're all cleared up, and Haas now will pick up the puck as he skates back round. Looks to move on, but Regan gets his stick on it. Now Tappan goes back to reset for the Devils. Plays it across to Byfield. And up the the boards to Haast, and we play it out to Tappan. Devils trying to keep composure of it, but everything gets jammed in on the blue line there, and Tappan has to dump it down. That's Taylor Kennedy behind the net, but Gallagher gets it off him, tries to put it back in front of the net. Moncrief's now coming in, but puck goes wide into the corner, and he picks that up. He's cycling out now, he's holding it, gets it to the forehand, but off the skate to the corner. Mawson getting harassed by Gallagher and Haast to Tom Moncrief. Back to Gallagher. Oh, chance there for Gallagher to get his second NZIHL goal, and he puts it wide as the Admirals now get it out back to neutral ice to Willis. He backhands it into Sestroni's stick, and Sestroni starts to make the attack, but then delays up, and Admirals wait for their teammates to get on side, and Hayward Jones brings it in. And holds it in the corner. Tappan applying some pressure. But Quinn's there in support. And Tappan fires it up and around, and Regan can't hold it there on the blue line as a few players make a change. Regan picks up some speed here in the neutral zone. He's coming in on Willis. Willis gets something on it. And the shot goes wide, but Regan's still got it again. And shot on rebound, and Dan Reason down enough and quick to cover that one up.
Yeah, a little quick whistle there, and probably well deserved though, as he just jumped all over that puck. But on the other side, Gallagher, it's been an offensive juggernaut this weekend. He's getting a lot of chances, just needs to bury a couple more.
He's probably enjoying the chance here to play with Fabian Haast here on his wing. Again, get that chance to play with some good players. Good things happen. Willis changes his lumber there.
I think I heard a dying squirrel over there. Oh, no, that was a PA system. That was it.
As pressure gets put on Kaluzny in the corner. Savigno brings it up out of the corner. Didn't get much on that pass, and here he is, Campbell getting a touch this time, and Hanare's back out there centering this fourth line for the Red Devils as Harry Tappan has it on the front of the players' bench. It's picked off neutral, and Savigno now has it, brings it into the zone and tries to feed it across, but off Hanare's skate and out of the zone as Kennedy throws it back in and goes off Willis's glove and dangerously towards the Dan Reason, but they avoid any threat, and the puck's finally out of the zone as Hanare gets hit and doesn't appreciate that one. Kaluzny plays it round to Willis, chips it up the boards and out to McLeish there at the blue, off to Quinn and back in the corner, and Savigno's chasing. Willis kills up now with it, gets his skis out and goes for a wee coast and just dumps it in with a nice backhand there in the corner as Pake chases after it and routes there as well in support. McLeish is battling through it, uses his feet not well, and makes his pass to Caroline. They're breaking out, and Clamo gains the red and dumps it in, and Reason plays that one aside and gets it out of the zone here for the Red Devils. As Henry dumped it in, Hopkins will go and pick that up, pulls in behind the net as well, great pressure there, the Admirals, but nothing comes of it for them. Admirals just keen to keep the pressure on the Red Devils here early on, just throwing it in and going after it. The Red Devils clear the pressure.
I was supposed to be nice to Logan Willis. He told me I had to be, but I'm going to tell you right now, Logan, avoid trying to catch it with your glove. That's not good.
As the Red Devils get it into the zone through Keocope as he puts it down for Harry Lowe. Harry Lowe skates after it here as it comes around the boards to the half boards. Maestronot can't keep it in at the blue line. He pulls out it and Keels buys some time looking for his teammates, and the Red Devils return the favour with a long dump in. As Lees puts pressure on, Chubb will keep that one covered.
A lot of good work through the center third of the ice for the Red Devils. Once just they get it out and get it moving, they've been pretty adept at moving the puck around. But once the Admirals have it, they're playing a more north-south game, and they're trying to get it right down the middle, and that's exactly what they want to see. Just trying to keep those passing lanes open, and they're doing a good job of it so far, but they haven't connected on anything long.
No, not just yet, as Mawson gets the puck off the face-off and stops behind his net, finds Taylor Kennedy and goes back to Mawson. Samuel's bringing it out, a cross-ice pass off the stick there of Stephen, as he now chases him with Byfield, and Byfield tries to put some body on there. Comes off that second rest, as a good battling going on in the corner as Lee's come around now to try to get it, but Regan's there for the Admirals. One-timer shot hits Keocope in the body there. Probably leave a mark. Stumped back in by the Admirals with Tappan calming it down. Finds his partner Byfield, but cross ice Park is picked off there by Regan. Red Devils do well to take it off him as it's thrown back up the boards, and it will come out of the zone.
Yeah, good shift there by Byfield, but yeah, just one B+ because of the long pass that really went away.
Dangerous cross ice pass leaving your zone wasn't, not the most advised thing to do unless you're 110% sure. There's a chance here for Admirals, but some good stick on the puck as Moncrief finds Haas. He had a little bit of speed, but puck didn't quite stay with him as he holds it there. Just takes it out of the blue line as there was good pressure there from Quinn, and he tries to find Tappan. I think Tappan was looking to change up there, but nonetheless Tappan stays on the ice and finds himself now under pressure. 2 Admirals on him, and he manages to get around the boards and just goes past all the other Red Devils, and Vesper picks it up to Quinn with a quick shot and a goal there for the West Auckland Admirals. Quinn sneaks it through the 5-hole. Dan Reason.
Yeah, I think Reason was a little caught off guard with that one, as he was not expecting that to come back in the zone, but a good quick wrister and a bad seal on the ice, and that goes under the pads.
Yeah, probably a bit untidy in the defensive zone there for the Red Devils. They sort of ended up bringing the puck back into their own zone, but didn't take it cleanly, and then the breakout attempt wasn't executed that well at all, and loose puck was picked up.
Not any one big error, but a compounding of small errors in sequence ends up giving the Admirals that lead.
Indeed. Back underway as Kaluzny fires it up to Dodwell. Keeps it out, and Pake now picks it up. Flutters one, but Vince stops that. Rout plays it off the board, and it goes to Chamberlain there. Vince battling on the boards there with Rout. In front of the Admiral bench on the blue line. Pake's there as well. And we've got a delayed offside call coming up, and offside's the call.
It looks like Pake was just caught a little bit in no man's land as that puck was going back and forth over the blue line.
Yep. Obviously just enough to catch him out and off guard, but everyone will stay on the ice and they'll reset. Face-off win there for the Admirals. And it's play back up to Cheney, and puck gets stopped in, and Willis now is going to go fetch it. And so he plays it round. Dodwell's pressured by McLeish. And comes up, and Henry tries to pass it across to that, but Klusny's there on his man. Henry now finds Cheney as he's bringing it back in, pulls it back into the firing position, but Willis does well to get his stick on that one. And misfires on that clearing attempt. Now his D partner comes to the rescue. Dodwell holds it there on the half boards, looking for another dangerous cross ice pass, but didn't end up making it. And puck comes out briefly and back in, and Kaluzny plays it up. It's Cistroni's there positioned to stop that, and again Admirals now with another dump in, and they go put the pressure on as Willis backhands it into Cistroni with a good quick shot, rebound. Backhander doesn't go well for Citroni there. He looked like he had an empty net on that second chance, but it's gone wide. And Leeds finally does a nice wee move there on the boards to get it out of the zone. But yeah, not a great breakout attempt there by Willis. He's Maestro now pressured by Regan. And Harry Lowe doesn't get it past Cistroni again. And it's dumped to the other corner. Now this time Lee's again trying to go diagonally through the zone. Great blocker or stick save there from Dan Reason. Red Devils really making it hard for themselves here exiting the zone. Yeah, too many cross ice passes. Well,
just too many chances where Cistroni's just sitting in the high slot waiting to get the puck. I mean, he may as well. He looks like he's been the target so far.
Yeah, indeed, and that's just kept in briefly, but it is now out of the zone as Keo Cope goes to battle along the boards, but Savigno picks it out for the Admirals. Maestro not pressuring him. Moncrief as well comes to seal off that move around thing. Haas tries to play it around Mawson, does well, gets it back. He's in the corner, tries to find Gallagher in the middle, but that's deflected up out of the way. And now Savigno just goes to get it here for the Admirals, and now throws it in and goes all the way around for Maestro to he leaves it, and Haas now puts pressure, and shot in from Mason Kennedy hits Maestro, but back to Kennedy, and Tom Moncrief goes to clear it off the glass and out, but unfortunately there is no glass on that part of the rink. It goes out of play. So Dan Reason's probably faced a few good chances here early on from probably defensive errors in terms of clearing the zone. Yeah,
Reason's been doing a reasonably good job, but he's been in great position as he always is.
Another quick shot there off the face-off. It was going just wide, but I think Reason got a little bit of it. Kennedy tries to load again, but that one hits Haast and comes out of the zone as Admirals touch up. Again, throw the puck in, but Byfield's trying to stop that one. And a bit of Quinn there finds Kennedy again for another long shot with Savigny going in for a tip. Haast has it in the corner, tries to play it up to Moncrief. Tries to get back out to Haast, but finally Byfield comes and gets it and dumps it down the ice, but Haast will beat any icing call to that one. As Hayward Jones puts pressure on him. Tappan's there for support. Pass up to Byfield on the point, but Henry's applies some pressure there. Haast will dump it in low for Geller to go chase on the cycle. And Vesper ties him up. Pass out to Luke Tappan with a shot. It hits Chubb's pad low and wide, and rebound goes to Hayward Jones. Tries to find Henry on a wee break pass there, but picked off by Tappan. And now back into the attacking zone for the Devils through with Haast. Tries to get around three of them. Still had it, but finally poke checked off his stick. And Tappan passes it across to Willis. He's looking for Moncrief, but Henry gets in the way of that one. Well, bad breakout pass here for the Admirals, and the Devils pick it off, and it gets dumped down now for Dodwell to go find it. He turns up nicely, finds Pake, but again another good stick from the Admirals player Henry to break up that scoring chance. As we now got a rush down the other end with Cheney and Claymore, but Red Devils block that one down, and we got Rout coming up the left side here. Throws it across. Chalwell plays it off the stick to the far side. And a few players go to battle it. Now Rout gets it again and throws it around. Now on immediate pressure now as Harry Tappan comes on to apply pressure, and Admirals reverse it to the far side. Good wee breakout pass there to Claymore. Throws it in, goes for a change, and Chamberlain comes with some speed there and puts the pressure on. And Clousney plays it up to Rout. He plays it up again, goes through Tappan's stick. Regan keeps it there, and Rout goes and plays it across ice and gets off the ice. And now dumped in again. Willis reverses it, but Australia was reading that, plays it out in front to Regan, but great save by Reason. He's still there, it's rebound loose, and now it goes in the net as a goal, and I think we got a penalty coming up after the goal was scored as well. But Admirals pounce on that red reverse play, pass it out, and I think there's 1 or 2 or 3 attempts at it, and eventually it finds itself going in the back of the net.
Yeah, there was 4 shots, and it was the 4th one that went in, and it was Alex Regan that got cross-checked on that one after the fact. So it's a delayed call.
Yeah. So there we go. We're going on the power play now for the Admirals.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a... okay.
We're just confirming the call on the ice there. And anyway, it is a 2-minute penalty. So we've got 6 minutes 43 to go here in the first period. It's 2-0 to the West Auckland Admirals, and they find themselves with a man advantage here for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, this has been an interesting one so far. The Red Devils trying to not lose their edge on, when things go not right. And this is going to be a real test for them mentally here.
Yeah. Harry Lowe on the forecheck here on the penalty kill. Does go past him, and Vesper takes his time and plays it back to Regan. 30 seconds gone, so good in terms of killing time. As Regan tries to find his man, but Keogh Cope's right there, and he just slowly brings it into the zone again. He's happy to eat up a few seconds. Harry Lowe comes to support. Regan comes away through to Vesper, cross ice to Sistrone. Hopkins now finds it and throws it down, and Chubba comes out trying to play it up quickly. But Regan's there. And, delayed call coming here. He's Keogh Cope's getting called for a check to the head. He had his stick up on the cross check and definitely got the numbers of the player, but he's going down for a check to the head.
Let's take a look at this one again, just from the center camera. It's just a hit. I mean, he's in an awkward position, but that's that's an interesting one. It's probably for player safety. But that is a 5-on-3 at the moment.
Yep. So the special team's getting a bit of work out here early on, as 2 Admirals put pressure on there on Byfield. And Quinn and Henry's there as well. So Stephen goes with a shot and gets that touched a bit and goes wide to the corner. And Hayward Jones has it. And he finds Stephen up here, and the umbrella steps in, hits the shin pad. As Quinn's tied up there with Byfield. And good cross-ice pass and finds the middle, but that hits the skate and goes behind the net. And Admirals set it up, bring it up to the top to Hayward Jones. He fires it in, and that's wide. Stephen picks it up now as he goes behind the net. Haas comes down to apply some pressure on them. There's 3 Admirals behind the goal line here, as only Byfield gets it and doesn't unfortunately get it out of the zone, as that hits a stick. It's going to be called high, but Luke probably should have let him touch that puck, because that would have got him a whistle. But anyway, finally that's out of the zone as Haas goes chase. He picks it up. As he going to now try to make his move on a few Admirals, and we're now on a 5-on-4 scenario. As Haas is doing what he's done all season, skating hard, trying to waste some time. As Harry Lowe comes on the ice, and there's a delayed penalty call again against the Red Devils. And it's going to be a misconduct for probably talking to the ref of the amount of work he was putting. The amount of work he was putting in there, and whether it's a bit of frustration boiling over from previous games or rounds throughout the year. But anyway, he's in himself a 2-minute rest. And we'll be back to a 5-on-3 scenario.
Yeah, I think Haas was really frustrated because he got slashed a couple of times across the shin as he was skating in. And once again, that was kind of it's a play at the puck, but marginal. And he's feeling like he's not getting protected there.
Yeah, again, having not had to play against him from our viewpoint, he looks like he is one of the strongest skaters out there and strong on the puck to get him off the puck. Yeah, there might be some illegal plays happening, but anyway, we're in a 5-on-3 scenario here for the West Auckland Admirals on the 2-man advantage. As Vesper brings it up, plays it off to Mawson just inside the blue line. He finds Savigny in the slot, and that one goes wide right side. It's settled back down by the Admirals. Regan up on the top of the point here, and he passes back to Sestrone. Puts it down at the corner. Red Devils cramming the front of the net, and that's a shot up high and bounces up as Klusny tries to bat it away, but Savigny holds it, finds the slot, and we're now to a 5-on-4 scenario as Keogh Cope's out of the box. And Harry Lowe applies pressure to Sestrone, finds Savigny on the far side. Now back to Sestrone again, steps in, hits some body or sticks in front, and it goes out of play, and there's another delay call for a delay of game. I feel like I heard some glass on that puck hitting around.
I definitely heard glass. That's
so that's Red Devils not getting the bounce of the puck here today.
Yeah, not getting any bounces really. That's unfortunate because it's not a low glass situation in that backside. But
that's what I believe what Hopkins was trying to plead the case there, that it rimmed up off the glass and into the netting. So
that one's a tough one there, because you could definitely tell it was there, but they've got to call what they see.
Yep.
So it's still just trying to set the clock correctly and get the doors right. Yep. And we've got an Admirals player. I think Sevigny's got his neck guard out. So
didn't have it done up completely. So he's been asked to sub off, fix up his equipment, as Henry will come out to take a spot. But I feel like we've been yo-yoing for the last few minutes between a 5-on-4 and a 5-on-3. We are now back to a 5-on-3 scenario.
Well, if the Admirals needed a workout on their power play before the playoffs start, they're getting it today.
I think maybe I learned from yesterday. I won't say anything about the stats of the West Auckland Admirals power play.
That was a
great diving effort by
save.
Gallagher there as the puck went to the far side, and Gallagher saves pretty much a sure thing. As they try to get the puck loose here as Mawson finds Vesper down low as he steps in, tries to go 5-hole, looks, but great again, stick attempts to get in the way. And net's probably getting bumped off again with all those saves Dan Reason's been having to do. And we got just under 3 minutes to go here in the first period, and yeah, I'm glancing my eyes from one end of the ice to the other, and there's definitely a lot more snow build up down around Dan Reason's net.
Yeah, Chaba's had not that much to do, but when he has, he's been very good. So that really does account for the 2-0 scoreline right now.
And face-off win there to Stephen. He plays it across to Hayward Jones, and that one's deflected again. Gallagher putting his body on the line again. This is great to see from the young players here for the Red Devils. McLeish plays it up to Stephen. He steps it in, takes a shot, and I think that's tipped over by Quinn as Hopkins tries to get control of it, but McLeish calms it down again. Up to Hayward Jones, back to Henry, cross ice, Stephen, shot, and great glove save there by Dan Reason. Great work tracking the puck across there, and in a good position for that save.
Yeah, another one where the Admirals do a good job getting across the ice, which is exactly what you want to do on a 5-on-3, just move the goaltender as much as possible. But Reason was ready for it as that shot didn't come off immediately, and he makes the save.
Reason's earning his jelly beans at the first intermission break, that's for sure.
Yeah, the other thing I wanted to note, Byfield and Gallagher, you're absolutely right. They have been putting it out there like this is a playoff game, and it shows.
Like that, they're like earning and deserving their spots on the ice here. Like even if it wasn't sort of the season sort of done and complete for the Red Devils, you'd hope they would have been out there anyway playing, because they are really showing what is there for the next season. As that shot goes through, goes wide, and bounces back off the inboard well, but this time Byfield gets it up and plays it up to a hand pass, and yep, whistle that down.
And as they whistle that down, it is back to 5-on-4 with 39 seconds to go on the power play for the Admirals for one of numerous calls that have been made in the last 5 minutes. Yeah. Couldn't tell you who it is. That's
probably too many to recite them off the top of our heads, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So here we go. Haas is back out of the box after his break. He was one of the players penalised. I remember that one.
Yep.
So
he got the double teapot.
Yeah, he did. And so he brings it back to his zone, wasting some time, and throws it up the neutral zone as Regan's there with Harry Lowe starting to put some pressure on. And makes a nice move to get around him. And he finds Sestrone up to Svenja. Tappan stops up on him, and he works the blue line across. Finds Mawson here. As he cycles it down low, and two Red Devils go after it, but Westwood bumps it around the boards, and now Sestrone has it, plays it back to Regan up on the blue line, fires a long shot in, and that is blocked away to the side by Reason. And now it makes its way back out in front of the net, and it's played up into the neutral zone as Kalaluzny has come out of the box and almost has a breakaway chance, and he's had Haast in front, but Regan put his body down on the ice to stop that pass come through. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey finally, and Svenja comes in with Sestrone. He holds up, keeps holding, now takes a shot, and that deflects wide as Mason Kennedy tries to put a tight angle shot on, and again that one goes behind. Svenja plays it up the boards and doesn't go out of the zone just yet, but now it does as Haast has a chance here with a one-on-one with Rout following up with him, plays it to Rout. Rout low shot, but Chuba was well down on that one. Pad save as Goldwell gets taken out, and the players, Sestrone comes in with just under 40 seconds to go in this period. Willis gets it, and that one deflects up and into the netting.
That is a fantastic penalty kill for the Red Devils.
Indeed.
They've been fantastic at that most of the year. The unfortunate part is they're well practiced at doing that for most of the year.
Yeah.
But it really didn't put them off too much. They killed 2 5-on-3s.
Yeah. Yep, penalty kills have been going well, just don't ask them to do a power play. So we're back underway as Maestronot plays it up the boards, and Rout, who just had a good chance before, tries to find Pike through the middle, but it's picked off. But he comes across to get it and played back down to the Red Devils zone with Willis. Meandering back on that one. Plays up the boards, but Vince is there. Covers it off as Willis plays the body. Admiral still have the puck though. And that one again deflects up on that shot out of play.
Yeah, I think Ollie Rout from here on out will remember on the shot chart not to go low on Chaba there. That is, he's going to have that pad pressed down as tight as can be. He just needs to go up on that if he can.
Yeah, again, you've got Fabian Haas there, who is a great playmaker, gives you a nice pass. Chuba's reading that as well. He's sliding across in his move. You really need to be looking somewhere at least above pad height for that shot.
Yep.
There's Hopkins wise, experienced player there. There's no need to take any risks now. We've spent enough time on defence. We'll just hold it. And wind the clock down here in the first period.
And an interesting first period. I didn't think it was that uneven outside of the penalties, of course. I mean, the penalties made that period uneven. The play was not that uneven. There was obviously the start where the Admirals got on top early, but for the most part, I didn't think that the Red Devils played poorly. They just ended up giving up a couple of goals that you wouldn't have expected that to have happened. Like I said, in the one series where it was several sequential small errors that led to the second goal. But the question is, and like I said before, it's a mental check. They passed the first check, right? Yeah. They passed that one with flying colors, getting through the penalty kills. Even though they took a few penalties, and I'm sure Coach Perver would be not that thrilled about the fact that they took so many penalties, but they got through it and got to the intermission without giving up anything else. Yeah. And in fact, actually got one offensive chance in there as well. I don't think they're playing outside of the boundaries of where they're at. It's going to be the bigger mental check of coming back out on the second period. And do they feel like they have to chase the game? And I don't think they do, but if they start chasing the game, it'll be the Admirals that punish them. If they stick to what they've been doing, the chances will come.
Yeah, I think that two things. Yeah, they had a real mental challenge there to work through that penalty kill and get through that thing. Now you've actually got through that challenge. You've got to be able to convince your players that, hey, you've actually overcome this. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Don't worry that we're 2 goals down anymore. Let's start playing our hockey game that we want to play, and don't get caught up in that mental psycho, you're playing against 2 competitors, not just one, sort of scenario here. So it's probably quite timely that they've killed the penalties off. Now they get the intermission break to sort of maybe put that out of their minds a little bit and come back out on a fresh sheet of ice here and see what they can do in the second period.
Yeah, that sounds exactly right to me. Now it's a matter of getting through the locker room and getting that across to the boys and see if they can stick to it in that second period. So I think we'll call it there. We'll come back and talk some more hockey for the second period in about 9 or 10 minutes. What do you think?
Sounds good.
All right, we'll see you then. Red Devils Hockey is brought to you by Bushnell Builders Limited. Trust Bushnell Builders for over 40 years of excellence in commercial and residential construction across Christchurch and Canterbury. Quality, experience, and dedication in every project. Bushnell.co.nz. Reform Radiology, exceptional imaging and treatment services for the community. Local team, expert care. Reformradiology.co.nz. The Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center. Fun, physical entertainment for the whole family. alpineice.co.nz. Sounders Robinson and Brown is a Canterbury law firm offering legal advice in commercial law, property, trusts and estates, dispute resolution, family and relationship property. Talk to the team at SRB for legal solutions tailored for your success. srblaw.co.nz. Christchurch Orthodontic Specialists. Expert tailored treatment to get you the smile you want. chchortho.co.nz. And by Futaporo Accountants. Not your average accountants. Futaporo take the hassle out of taxes and let you focus on what you do best. Futaporo.co.nz. Red Devils Hockey is brought to you by Bushnell Builders Limited. Trust Bushnell Builders for over 40 years of excellence in commercial and residential construction across Christchurch and Canterbury. Quality, experience, and dedication in every project. Kia ora koutou. Welcome back, everybody, to the Alpine Ice. It is Super League time. The under-12s out there having a good time today. Lots of skaters and lots of ages out there, too. This one is a game between the Flash and the Bats. The Flash and the Bats are one of 6 teams in the Super League for the under-12s. They play the Blue Puck. And if your child wants to give it a go, boys and girls, ice hockey is for you. If you'd like to give it a try or bring a little one along to give it a try, the CIHA has a program. It's a learn-to-play program, and that program is free for the first session with the gear included. So if you want to come out to the Alpine Ice and put on some skates, or have your kids put on some skates, more importantly, give it a try. Come on out. It's free, and they'll love it. And we're going to leave the action on the ice for the remainder of the intermission here. 2-0 the score to the Admirals. But the more important part is it's the Flash and the Bats closing it out this year, or at least for the exhibitions here. So enjoy the hockey, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Red Devils Hockey is brought to you by Bushnell Builders Limited. Trust Bushnell Builders for over 40 years of excellence in commercial and residential construction across Christchurch and Canterbury. Quality, experience, and dedication in every project. Bushnell.co.nz. Reform Radiology, exceptional imaging and treatment services for the community. Local team, expert care. Reformradiology.co.nz. The Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center. Fun, physical entertainment for the whole family. alpineice.co.nz. Sounders Robinson & Brown is a Canterbury law firm offering legal advice in commercial law, property, trusts and estates, dispute resolution, family and relationship property. Talk to the team at SRB for legal solutions tailored for your success. srblaw.co.nz. Christchurch Orthodontic Specialists. Expert tailored treatment to get you the smile you want.
chchortho.co.nz, and by Futaporo Accountants. Not your average accountants, Futaporo take the hassle out of taxes and let you focus on what you do best. Futaporo.co.nz.
Kia ora koutou, welcome back everybody to the Alpine Ice. It's second period action. Dan, take it away.
Here we go, straight off the face-off, puck down to Chuba. And the Admirals make it away out of the zone. Byfield throws it across ice, bumps up, Gallagher whacks it out of mid-air. Finally now Tappan plays it in, but Haas needs to touch up. And he does so, and that one goes past Regan, but Moncrief now finds Haas, or through Haas' stick. He's got it now. He looks across ice to Moncrief, but he breaks his twig on that attempt, and Regan has it as he passes out of the zone, but Tappan picks off that one as he now comes into the zone himself down the left side. Broken stick in the way as Taylor Kennedy applies pressure, but here's a quick break here for Stephen. He's got a one-on-one with Byfield, goes to the left, goes to the wide, plays it in to Australian following up, but great back check there. And that one deflects up out of play, but early chance for Admirals.
This is a really good example here of Byfield getting back in time. He skates hard, which is the biggest thing here, skating back and taking the man, but the other pass was disrupted just enough so that they could get back in time and disrupt the play with no clear shot.
Yep. Pake here on the defensive draw versus Vesper. And the Admirals win that with Quinn picking up the puck. Plays it up to Hayward Jones and puts it back down low as Willis bumps Quinn into the boards. And Pake now brings it up, finds a route in the break. Almost had Dodwell there streaking as well, but he dumps that in and Dodwell goes, puts pressure on, does get it. Savinio's there to take it over and keep putting pressure on. A quick shot there from Pake. Chuba was there for the save. Admirals battling to get her out of the zone, and they do. Now they've got a 2-on-1 chance here as Savinia comes down the right. He tries to play it across, but Willis breaks that one up. And nothing comes of that 2-on-1 opportunity. Willis puts the body on, and it's a 2-on-2 or 3 now with the Red Devils coming in to support it. And puck's slowly moving, and Max picks it up, but can't get it out of the zone. And it goes back to the corner with Vesper picking it up. Throws it across to Mason Kennedy. Nicely bumps it in through his skate. And it's shot around the boards. And finding now Vesper still trying to get control of it as Quinn has it. Goes behind the net. Maxon's down on his feet and shot. I think that deflects wide and it goes wide. So both refs have their arms up. Will it be the same thing or will it be different things? I think
Willis is going off for something.
I think both of them are getting a penalty here. Looks of it. We're just tangling up a bit too much there in the defensive zone. It started when they were battling for the puck, and I don't think they've fully untangled. Maybe a bit of a slash and a chop and back and forward, but yeah, both players will get a rest and should remain 5-on-5 hockey.
Yeah, Willis going for a cross check, and the other one was a roughing call.
Look at that. Right, back to action here. Face-off, Red Devils come through the face-off and get it out of the zone as Haas chips it around McLeish and he goes after it, but Chamberlain's well there to cut that one off. Lets McLeish pick it up. There's Campbell and now Hanara goes after it. And Stephen plays it up to the neutral zone and Hopkins throws that back to the corner. And now they finally touch up the Red Devils. Stephen brings it out of the zone. Sistroni back to Stephen. Goes through the legs of Haas. Does get around him. He's got Regan in the middle. It's a cross. And didn't get all of it. Just went wide. But a great chance here from the Admirals as that clearing attempt goes through the legs of McLeish. So icing's waved off. And now putting pressure on Stephen. He goes across to Chamberlain back to McLeish. He goes up the middle. Finds Regan and goes off his stick, but he'll negate any icing here. As he now picks it up behind the net, starts circling in the attacking zone, looking for options, gets Quinn, backhands it through the slot, but Maastronaut picks that off as he now skates it up, but Svenja knocks that off his stick, and Admirals, like they did in the first period, throw it in deep. And Svenja now intercepts that one. curls back up the boards, throws to Mawson on the point. Low shot looking for his skates of his teammate, didn't hit them. Now a shot from the other point, and that one Reason bats aside to the corner as Mawson goes down. And Hopkin bumps him off that one, and Henry does hold it in though. Mawson now to Taylor Kennedy with the shot. Campbell comes up to block that one. Svenja turns back on Haast and runs into Maestronok. Haast now picking it up, stops behind his net and makes some evasive moves. Can't get it out of the zone though as Taylor Kennedy holds that in, and he comes around. Yeah, he gets a penalty for knocking Campbell's stick away, so delayed call here against the Admirals, and finally they'll get it.
We'll see if they've got this one here, but the stick went flying.
Did go flying. They're not allowed to knock away the opposition's player, so it makes it harder for them to go get it. So that'll be it. And first chance today for the Red Devils to go on the power play and the Admirals to go on the power kill.
The power kill, yes indeed. The Vesper and Willis coming off after the matching minors. And it'll be interesting. Both teams have come out with a lot of speed in this second period. They really have both tried to skate hard. We'll see if they turn this into an opportunity here, but the Red Devils need to get something started to get this cut in half.
The Admirals clear that all the way down. It bounces up off the boards. This Reason blocks it down and plays it around the boards to Haast. Picks it up. Route streaking up the board, but he doesn't like the look of it, so he kills back. Regan keeps the pressure on. He drops it now to Tappan. He gives it back to Haast on the boards and keeps it in on the blue line as he walks across. Ooh, tries to go down low to Tappan, but it goes through a stick. As Hayward Jones applies pressure. Luke does well to keep control of it, and luckily there it hit Haast's skate, because I think Stephen would have been away with the breakaway. As now Red Devils get set up on their power play. Pake and Tappan playing catch. As now Tappan works away, tries to rotate himself around to the top of the power play, but that pass misses and unfortunately comes out of the zone, and Stephen jumps on that with Rout applying pressure. And Tappan there as well, as Rout picks it up as he skates through the neutral zone and just unfortunately goes offside there with Gallagher streaking in.
Yes, an interesting thing I've seen so far out of the Admirals here. They're cheating in the sense that the penalty kill, they are challenging the Red Devils to cross the ice. They haven't done it successfully yet in this power play, but you can see all four players kind of almost either slot or strong side and leaving somebody open there, and the Red Devils need to find that lane to make this happen.
Yeah, one of the strategies you can do if you're confident on your penalty kill and want to put the power play under pressure so they don't get set up and don't get those chances, is you do play aggressive and you make them earn them respecting you, and then you potentially go to a bit more of a passive penalty kill. But yeah, you just do too much activity out at the boards for a box to be playing that aggressively. You've got to punish that. As Moncrief brings it in, does a lap around the zone, now fires one in, and that looks dangerous. I think that's underneath Chuba's pad. It is indeed. He almost got a full 360 in there and took a nice low shot with some traffic in front, but Chuba gets his pad down on that one.
Yeah, it's funny because you just didn't see it, and here's the replay on it. You just couldn't really see it, but he held the pose and made sure that he was over the line, as every good goaltender does, and he forced the face-off.
So just 23 seconds to go here on the power play opportunity. Willis tries to play it down the boards to Maestronok, and they do have it.
And you can see the overload there with 4 on the other side. That's exactly what's going on. Is they actually have the advantage. If you don't have to play the other side of the ice, you go 3 on 4, and that's how they're working this one out.
If the team doesn't have complete control of it, there's well credit in putting pressure on as Moncrief rips the shot and goes high and wide. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey here, and McLeish tries to find Stephen and misses him, and that will be an icing call as the player was out of the box.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that we've seen over the course of the season here, is that once you have Morris and Haast out there working their magic because they're actually stretching the defense, you take Morris out of that and the compression starts to happen. They want to hit those closer passes to complete and get completions of passes, and they just aren't as dangerous. They need to move that aside, and we'll see if they can do a little bit more of that now that they're back to 5-on-5 skaters.
Haast has it below the goal line as he makes his way up, picks up some speed, and Admirals let him escape the zone. And now finally Regan puts pressure on and McLeish helps out. Plays it up to Taylor Kennedy and he sends it all the way around to Byfield and could almost break out the other side there. How hard that was shot. And Byfield puts it aerial up. Chamberlain gets a glove on it and he recovers that one. Now finds, goes through the skates this Australian. The Devils get it out of the zone and Chance just goes through the stick there of Pate as he now puts pressure on Mawson. Mawson finds Australia up on the far blue line, who does a nice no-look backhand pass to Taylor Kennedy, and that shot got some stick on it from the Red Devils player and didn't test Reason as much as you would have liked. Hamill still had control there for a moment, but finally Pate is now bringing it up. Got Keogh Cope catching up with him. As Regan does well on the defensive side there to shut that down. And Admirals just take a moment here to calm things down as they look to break out the zone, but that one goes into the helmet of route. Now Taylor Kennedy slowly just drifts it and dumps it across ice, but goes through the stick of tap, and so no ice in the call as Quinn puts pressure on. Nari has it there across the boards and he throws it across the ice. Again, a few passes just going through sticks and through skates, not quite connecting.
Hey, you're the rules guy, right? So if you can't play a puck that goes past you, would that not require it to not interrupt the icing?
Depends on your interpretation of the rules, Matt.
There you go. Okay.
As we just said, the Red Devils fire a shot on each other and he covers that one up.
Is it attempted to play, or is it?
You've got to be able to play the. I think on the icing calls, you've got to make a reasonable attempt to play the puck and
an attempt.
Yeah. Okay. Likewise, you've got to skate after it. Show some effort. You can't just.
I'm always impressed by what you know. That's the only reason I ask you these questions on air, is because you always have an answer.
Look, I've read the pages of the rulebook I want to read. As now the Admirals break it out with a nice cross-ice pass to Svenja. He's got Vesper streaking in the middle. He can't find him. Willis plays defence there. Stop the zone to Hayward Jones. Back to Hayward Jones now. He fires one on that hits the blocker of Reason and goes up into the netting behind the net.
You might have seen this with the camera angle there, but you see the two defenders move out to the boards as Willis and Haas, and then the other three Red Devils staying right in that picket fence straight down the slot to make sure that Reason had a good chance of seeing that, and that's exactly what happened. He blockers it over the net.
The Devils win that face-off. Haas goes back behind his net and chips it around to Moncrief. He's looking for Gallagher through the middle. Can't hit Gallagher, but Haas comes away with it. And he stops on the half boards. He sources it across and just goes through Moncrief as well. Now he's up to Kaluzny with a shot attempt, but again, Admiral's getting sticks on it. Howard Jones with a nice wee move there, but breakout pass wasn't clean from Henry. Doesn't do well. Now Howard Jones brings it in the left side, stops up, tries to feed it up to Henry, but hits Moncrief, and Willis goes and plays the body and attempt to get it as Claymore gets it and reverses it back round for the Admirals. And now Willis and Henry go towards it. Henry comes away with it. He's looking for his teammates. He finds Cheney with a shot, but Reason there with a nice blocker save. And Gallagher had a lot of time there and just quickly turned and threw it. Hits the Admirals player. Now Max Kaluzny brings it out. Goes through Keogh Cope and Moncrief brings it into the zone. And Regan breaks that up with Keogh Cope putting pressure on him. And Moncrief takes his time there. Now brings it in. Chance tries to put a move on, but Chamberlain there puts his foot on the way.
But a good change there. For the Red Devils, that's one of the first times I've seen them kind of cut towards the net as opposed to trying to take hard angle shots. So that's a good change for them.
That one's tipped into the zone. Keogh puts the forecheck on. Admirals bring it out and deflect it out of the zone as Stevens now chasing for it. Belize does a good job to shut that down and gets a wee cheer from the crowd. And now Lowe brings it into the zone. Still got it. And it's been pestered. He gets a backhand attempt on there, and Trevor steers that aside. It's still down low, and Lowe's putting pressure on McLeish. Now Pate's going to come in and put pressure on Chamberlain, but Admirals staying composed and play that one off the boards and bounces up and goes down, and Dan Reason steps out, and that will negate any icing that could have been called. Hopkins passes it through his own goal crease to Maestronok, who decides to just line up Stephen and gets him nicely, but Admiral's still got control, and good blocker save there by Reason. Regan now has it behind the net, and he brings it up the boards, plays it up to Mawson on the point, steps in, plays it across to Taylor Kennedy, and Dan Reason sees that one and puts his glove on that one to shut that down.
Good example of physicality there without overextending. The players playing defense don't get caught up in trying to finish hits that aren't there. They stay in position, and that led to a less than optimal chance for the Admirals, and Reason was up to that, getting the stop there. Good teamwork on the defensive side.
Faceoff now is bumped out, and Dogwell picks it up. He tries to throw a backhand up to Pate, but Mawson is there to knock that away, and Vesper brings it in over the blue line. Drop pass, but not to Svenja. He does step away with it off the boards as he tries to put a move on and goes around to Red Devils, but he can't keep his feet, and we stick lift there, and yep, we've got a delay penalty call there as a attempted stick lift misses and hits Tappan in the helmet.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It got up and under, and it'll be 78 serving that one for 2 minutes. A kind of a straight ahead, got to call it, penalty there, but it'll give the Red Devils a chance to go back onto the power play, and well, they've got too many on the ice. They're going to have to figure that out. But there we go.
Yeah.
And unless they pull Reason, but that's a little early, I'd say.
Yeah, a little bit early, but
we'll see if
anything's possible.
Anything is possible. We'll see if Gallagher kind of floats away there, because they need to get that spacing set up.
And now Haas has it up the top as he puts a big move on, but Admirals applying the aggressive pressure, and a good shot there in, but it's right to the bread basket of Chuba, and he covers that one up with no rebound.
Yeah, Gallagher in a good spot again. It's just in that case, you're kind of looking for the face-off with that kind of a shot, because it's coming in at such an angle. Chaba's not going to have any problem with it, but you want to make sure that he stops it so you can set up another face-off here.
And they just did the wee change there. Byfield came off and Lowe comes on. Might have been causing them confusion at their last time, but Howard Jones gets that. He puts it around the boards. His route does manage to cut that off and keeps it low, down to Lowe, who tries to put it out in front, and it goes into the crease, and Chuba's right there for that one again.
I was wondering if you knew when you said it went down low.
When I said it went down low, I didn't know that Lowe was down low.
I was going to say that was high-level pun stuff. You were on this play-by-play thing. Telling you, man, you're natural at this.
You can pull my mic at any moment. There we go.
I might do that, but you never know.
All right, Hayward Jones does this time get it out of the zone, and it goes all the way down, and Reason steps out to help settle it down and plays it to the quiet side as now Tappan goes and picks it up and reads. Stephen does well reading the pass, but Haas takes control and trying to look cross ice again. Just these cross ice passes again, lots of sticks and bodies in the way. They do manage to get into the zone. As Haas tries to keep control of it, and we've got a delayed call coming up here, which is probably the reason why Haas went down there, being one of the strongest skaters out there. It's a holding call against Stephen, tying up Haas.
Yeah, either a holding, let me see if I got this one back here, but it's either holding or a trip. One way or the other, took him down, there it was.
Yeah. Call on the ice there was the holding, so Red Devils have a chance now to do their own 5-on-3. We've got a minute and 5 seconds of that before we go into back to the 5-on-4. So I wonder if we'll see a yo-yo here, but on the other side.
It might be something like that, but regardless, against 3 defenders, they really need to get this puck moving to get a good chance against Chaba, who's still throwing that shutout.
Yeah. Chuba's going to be any clean shot. Oh, there we go. There was that movement. If it went to the stick there, Harry Lowe had a good chance, but that one, again, that's just chipped out of play here on the near side.
Took somebody off there, a little off guard, so
yeah.
I think that was the guy doing our scoring right now.
Okay, there you
in
go.
the score bug, he ate a puck.
There's a few injured or benched players down there that in the firing line. Face-off win by Haas there, up to Tappan again. Immediate pressure out by Vesper, and then he backs off across to Moncrief with a great shot, and almost a rebound opportunity there. Great work by Gallagher being in front there, but good movement across the ice to create that opportunity.
Yeah, again, it's Moncrief coming in on an angle. He's one of the few that are doing that, but it's exactly what you want to see. Tapping from the point, Moncrief on the other side, walks it in with space, gets to take a shot, and that's the kind of thing that's going to bother Chaba, and it's going to be the only thing that's going to get past him the way we're going here.
And on the, there we go now, Moncrief gets it up high, goes down low to Rout, but it goes past him, but Haast gets it again, throws back up to Moncrief, across to Haast, can't pull the trigger, back up to Tappan, and now to Haast. This goes Moncrief. Looking back door, looking for Gallagher to the tip, and there it goes. He did get a stick on it, Gallagher, but it goes straight into Chuba, and he managed to get his glove and block it down to let no more rebounds. But a good puck movement here from the Red Devils.
Yeah, it was really good movement. It was not quite as sharp as you want to see because you've got to move Chuba in the crease. He's able to stay there comfortably and watch everything go by. It's just a few of the angles that are not quite there, but they're close.
It's the quick movement, but then you need a quick shot to catch him while he's still moving. If Chuba has that second or two to set for a shot, he's very strong on that first shot. So you either need to get him on a quick shot or you're going to be looking for that rebound opportunities once you do get it to net. As Tappan comes in, and we've now back to a 5-on-4 scenario. Svenja comes out of the box and he picks it up and throws it around the boards. Will Tappan get there to cut it off? He does indeed. He's pressured by Vesper, who now chips it out of the zone. There's a foot race here. Rout manages to cut it off to Tappan, and Tappan across to Haast, who I think these guys have played all of the power play so far. Haast feeds it in front, but Gallagher couldn't get a stick on it. It was a great setup. Now finds Moncrief. Chuba's down, shoots high, and there's the goal. Tom Moncrief, maybe his first shot this power play, finally gets it. Chuba got moving. He was down low, and Moncrief puts it up high.
That was finally good movement. They moved Chuba to the other side, but he couldn't see through that screen. And because of that, you go high glove side, and he's got to guess when that happens, and he can't cover the whole thing. And that makes it 2-1. The Red Devils get the power play goal that they've been needing for a while, and doing exactly what they needed to do, which was expand the ice, stretch the Admirals, and go after their weakness side to side.
Yeah, great stuff. And probably most importantly, that's negated the power kill. Got out of that one with a positive as well. So here we go. A little bit of now noise from the crowd. We were saying yesterday they react, and we've got the crowd back on the Red Devils side as now the Admirals come out of the zone. I think that's Cheney brings it up the left side, tries to feed it in front, but that's deflected away by the Red Devils stick. McLeish keeps it in the zone, and Cheney plays it down with Willis going to get it. Up to Dodwell on the half boards, and he backhands it out and goes through a couple of players. And McLeish here for the Admirals peels back a couple of times, finds Cheney in the middle, and now feeds it up to Henry, who gets a shot, but that, again, great stick work there for the Red Devils, deflects that one up out of play. Yeah,
the very dangerous the first 20 seconds or so after a goal. You want to make sure that you don't turn around and give anything up. Red Devils have been pretty aware of what's going on there and played conservatively to get that stop.
We've seen a few funny things happen this season in terms of scoring goals and then quickly another goal being scored.
Yeah, that's how that works.
But anyway, they've got to that, but they are on defence here as Admirals do have control of the puck. Mason Kennedy fires it cross ice to Cistroni, who goes high and wide. Mason Kennedy holds that back in the zone. Marshall right now for the Red Devils plays it up. Leaves, chips it out of the zone as Mason was trying to make him pay for that one, but didn't get all of them in the zone, but offside's the call.
Yeah, it looks like the Admirals, there was Lees took a high stick there, just a little bit, not enough to call, I guess, but just one of those little things that gets by, and
He's got the bird cage on, so that probably protects his face.
It helps.
Yeah,
it helps a lot.
Keeps him looking beautiful.
Lucy appreciates it. Anyway,
here we go. Maestro right now wheels behind the net, but he's pestered by Stephen, and again, we've got the call from the back referee. He's seen that one, and high stick again. As Stephen was pestering there, but it's the position. If you're moving your feet and the player's chasing you, it's very hard to get the puck off them without committing the foul. And then that's what we saw there. So Red Devils have another opportunity here in the second period to go on the power play.
Who was that? That was Ben Stephen, right?
Yeah, Stephen.
Yeah, so that was a textbook move last time to again move the goaltender across the way. We'll see if they make any kind of changes, but I doubt it. They just need to make sure that Gallagher stays right down there and low where he is.
As Tappan works it across the blue line, now brings it in. He's looking for his teammates, finds the slot to Rout, but Kennedy was there to break it up. Rout couldn't just pull the trigger that quick enough, as Haas has it up on the blue line. He's got Tappan now, he works it across to Haas for the one-timer, shot, and that hits Vesper in the body. But Pake settles it down, is thrown behind the net but a bit too far, but not controlled by either team there until now. Pake picks it up, but Hayward Jones gets it off him, throws it round and does just sneak past Rout, as Tappan's taken it probably a bit too casually, as Regan there picks it off him and shoots it block aside past Dan Reason, and we're back on the power kill.
Yeah, it didn't take much in this case, but it looks like the glass got hit there anyway. Yeah, I don't know if it was too casual. I think to be fair, it felt like it was trying to avoid a penalty call in that situation.
I think he got to the puck first.
Yeah.
So he needed to make the decision there to either just hit it away. He knew he was going to have pressure. You either get to that puck first and keep skating hard to keep control, or you just hit it back up the boards to take away that threat. Anyway, we're back on it now. It's a 3-1 game to Admirals. There's Admirals now trying to find a raking Quinn, but couldn't find him. It's dumped in as Reason goes and plays that to his teammate, which is Willis there in the corner. And Willis finds Moncrief up near the far blue line, and he takes his own. Dodwell's driving the net. He takes a shot, it flows through, and another deflection as well with Dodwell there, but into the gear of Chuba.
Yeah, this is another mental checkpoint for the Red Devils. Yes, they've given up another goal. Yes, they've gone back down by 2, but they are still on the power play. 44 seconds to go on this, and if they lock in, they can take those losses and get rid of them if they can get a quick score here, so that it still feels like they didn't lose too much on this one.
But Trevor's just jumped out what I think is his first power play unit here today. They only probably had a quick breather, but they're back again with Tappan. He finds the net. Great low shot there, Blanca. He makes up for the goal he gave up sort of there moments ago. There's that unit. Great decision by the coach to chuck this line back out, puck moving across, and I think a bit of a screen in front of Chuba, and he finds that low blocker side on Chuba to net his third NZIHL goal.
Yeah, through the legs, up high, and not where Chuba expected it to be. And that makes it 3-2. They'll finish the power play, of course, that comes off the board, but the most important part of that is that despite the fact that they gave up on the power kill, if you will, it is...
You'd say they ended that power play even.
Yeah, even, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Back underway here as the puck's in front of the Admirals bench. A few players battling for it, and Regan comes away with it across to Chamberlain. Plays it up the boards. Keokuk picks that up and brings it into the zone. Comes out of the zone now. As Harry Lowe settles it down, backhands it up the boards, but again not going to sticks as Regan now has it. Tries to find his teammate in the middle, which is Australia, but can't. Stephen has that, and it goes wide, shot from Chamberlain. Now McLeish pinches in, takes it, serves it to Sistroni, throws it through the crease there. A couple of players were. Lees has it now, and he plays it up to Keokuk, who tries to get the speed and jump on Chamberlain. Both going to the boards, and the extra support arrives. And Lees plays it up to his D on the point, across to Tappan. Tappan makes a move, looking again. Shot hits Chuba in the chest, and rebound goes to the corner. Harry Lowe and Keokuk battling away for it. Admirals get that away, and Sistroni just gently bumps it up to neutral.
Good work there by the Admirals, pushing everybody out to the boards. It worked really well, and once everything was centered, it was just Admirals in the middle.
Regan can't keep that on his stick as Lowe was pestering, and Moncrief plays him into the boards with an extra hand there using to hold him in there. But, the Stripes arms stay down. As Hust makes a 360, a 180, and another turn, but Quinn's finally gets some body on him.
Hust is kind of fun.
Finds Moncrief behind everyone here, but he can't quite get the source pass up to him.
Hust is like that guy on the PlayStation. You just hit a couple of buttons and he just does things.
Yeah, button mashing. And right, we're in the corner again, and Tappan battling away. Quinn, but Moncrief gets that, he fires that around, that's going the length of the ice. And that will be the icing call as a couple of Red Devils players hunching over and taking in some air.
Yep, this will be the time to get some oxygen in, and they'll be looking to get some sort of a stop and break to get off the ice quickly. There's 90 seconds left, or 94 seconds left in the second period here, so it's a pivotal moment to make sure that they don't go back down 2 goals.
Yeah, probably top line here for the Admirals on, so see if they've got a chance of some tired legs for the Devils on, but that's chipped out of the zone by Moncrief quite nicely, but can't get it through him as Hayward Jones goes back for it and plays it round, but that goes all the way around to Quinn. And we're now coming up with Vesper, and he plays it back to Quinn now, coming late into the zone, finds Svenier, and he cycles around to the corner, peels back in, takes a shot, and that's through into Dan Reason, and puts a little bit of flair onto the save as well as he falls down.
Yeah, a little slow motion there. Let me see if I've got this. This is actually kind of awesome. I love how he does this. Holds it, gets the whistle, and that's enough of that. Yeah. Well done, Dan.
Right. And now we got Pake up here against Cheney. Draw. Pake sort of wins that back, and Kaluzny goes and picks it up. And skates around the zone and plays it up to Dodwell, who pops it into Pake. And finally through to Rout, but Taylor Kennedy breaks that one up and doesn't get it back, and Red Devils dump it in with 50 seconds to go here in the period as Dodwell puts pressure on Mawson. He turns away from it and now plays it up to Henry here on the boards, who finds Cheney in the neutral zone, and sort of a 3-on-3 scenario, but Cheney again making too many moves on the blue line, and his teammate can't read that and puts his teammate offside.
Yeah, he didn't. It's one of those things where you just have to be readable. I think that's exactly the right word that you use there.
The Red Devils player wasn't that close to him. He really just needed to gain the zone. Didn't think about doing a move. Yep. But yeah, went too early and put his teammate offside.
Everybody trying to get pushed back on the face-offs here, and they all scoot back in anyway, so I don't know what the point is, but at least they try.
Willis comes around the net as Henry's pestering him, and gets dumped in, and Harry Lowe goes after it. And Taylor Kennedy and Joel Keogh-Cope now throws some body. Comes away to Lees there. He plays it up to Willis on his backhand though, so all he can do is put it back down to the corner. Harry Lowe tries to make a move, but Taylor Kennedy reads that and knocks it away and just misses Clamour on the breakout. Kaluzny throws it up into bodies in the middle, and Keogh-Cope will find that and throw that down here with 3 seconds to go in the period, and Taylor Kennedy just goes for the wee reverse hit. Doesn't want to take a hit with 1 second to go. And that will see us into the second intermission here.
So the hard thing to do here is rationalize after all of that. The Red Devils won the period. They were down 2 to coming into it. They're down 1 now. So they've made their way halfway back. And, you know, the Red Devils they're trying to, it feels like, go after the weak spots of the Admirals where they can without giving up the counterattacks that the Admirals can throw forward. It's Regan streaking every time. Every time he's on the ice, he and Vesper, you just have to watch where are they going for the outlet. And as long as they keep that compressed, you know, like Vesper had 2 goals yesterday, they are a threat, but they've been doing a good job of not allowing those long passes to connect and then get through, and that has been the difference so far in the halfway comeback. They just need to keep up the same work in that third period.
Yeah, I think again, very good to see them in the second period. We talked at the end of the first period having that mental challenge of going on back-to-back penalty kills.
Yep.
But yeah, I think they've really managed to reset, refocus here in the second period. And like you said, they've won the period, which is great. It's what any team will want. If you win every period of the game,
you win the game.
You're going to win the game. So anyway, they lost the first period. They won the second period. They'll need to win the third period to win the game in this one. But yeah, it was good to see. They obviously need to watch out. I think there were still a few odd man rushes against them, which was sort of you're alluding to on the streak, players streaking. So they're still got to be able to tighten that up and not give those chances, because I think that's where Admirals will really punish you. Do that. But again, they had some good time on the power play, and had a power play goal, and Well, yeah, and net. Well, they had, I think it was all special teams again, wasn't it?
All special teams
We had all
again.
special teams goals yesterday in the second period.
In the second period,
And
yep.
today we've had now all special team goals again.
Which honestly goes to both teams, Admirals included. Special teams on that long shift is a real deal. You can't give up penalties in that situation. Not that they were necessarily related this time, but sometimes it's just longer ice time that you lose a little bit between the ears, and then you cause penalties to happen, even if you didn't really mean them, and you still go off the ice for it. So you happy with the second period so far?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty happy to see where the Red Devils are at. They're progressing, but they've got to get through the third period. So let me wrap up here. Dan, thank you very much for taking the play-by-play. In case anybody cares, not that, we have our listeners, and I should explain, Dan's doing a great job doing the play-by-play because I'm going to be doing some of the playoff work, the semifinals and finals coming up here, and I needed to do some color work and some analysis on air to get ready for that. So thank you very much for that, Dan. I'll take the third period with play-by-play. And after the commercials go through, I'm going to come back and actually show off a little bit of the gear here, just so that if you are interested, if this is your kind of thing, I'm going to do a little bit of a show and tell what we do up here in the scaffolding here at the Alpine Ice, just if for nothing else to make a little time capsule of it.
The commentary tower.
The commentary, I like that. That's, I think Dave calls his the VIP section or whatever in Queenstown, but I like the tower. That's probably best.
There's definitely no commentary box with heaters and all that good stuff.
No, it is cold up here at times. Good view, but not exactly temperature controlled. All right, so we'll come back in a couple of minutes. I'll show you around once the lights come back on here. That's kind of important. And we'll bring you third period action to close out the regular season with the Red Devils here in the Alpine Ice. It is 3-2 with the Admirals up. We'll see you in just a minute.
Red Devils Hockey is brought to you by Bushnell Builders Limited. Trust Bushnell Builders for over 40 years of excellence in commercial and residential construction across Christchurch and Canterbury. Quality, experience, and dedication in every project. Bushnell.co.nz. Reform Radiology, exceptional imaging and treatment services for the community. Local team, expert care. Reformradiology.co.nz. The Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center, fun physical entertainment for the whole family. alpineice.co.nz. Sounders Robinson and Brown is a Canterbury law firm offering legal advice in commercial law, property, trusts and estates, dispute resolution, family and relationship property. Talk to the team at SRB for legal solutions tailored for your success. srblaw.co.nz. Christchurch Orthodontics Specialists. Expert tailored treatment to get you the smile you want. chchortho.co.nz. And by Futaporo Accountants. Not your average accountants, Futaporo take the hassle out of taxes and let you focus on what you do best. Futaporo.co.nz.
Kia ora koutou, welcome back everybody. That didn't take long, right? That was just the commercial run and some logo. So what I'm going to do here, and again, my name's Matt Chavez, here with Dan Nichols, and this is the end of the 2025 season. A lot of people will ask, how do we do all of this? What do we do? What's it involve? What kind of volunteer work do you do? All those kinds of questions. And I figured I'd just at least go over the technology side of things and kind of what we do. Dan's been good enough to be here this year to help us out. So I'm going to grab a camera, believe it or not. Let me undo this one here. Let me see if I've got it. And I'll try to keep this as stable as possible, but it's not so easy because this one's on a clamp. But if I change, hey, there it is. There's our view from the tower. So no real surprise there because you can see the camera that we actually do. Chris, why don't you put on the headset? There you go. So that's our main camera area there. And I'll tell you what, you guys want to say hello? All right, here you go. Say hello. Hi, guys. So Chris, our cameraman, and Dan Nichols, of course. And they do the important work around here. And you can see the new video board that went up. It's been fantastic. But we actually plug our content into that board so that when you see instant replays, it goes up there. So I'm going to take you through. And again, this is more of the technology side. So if this doesn't interest you, I promise you we'll be back with hockey in about 8 minutes. But in the meantime, let's take a look at this. So let me move the camera over here around some cables. So what we do is we have a main camera area up here that we put up on a very specialized tripod. You'll notice there's no tripod. It actually just clamps onto the camera there, or onto the scaffolding that we have. And we're about, I'd say, Dan, you're on here, right? What do you think, 3 meters up maybe?
Yeah.
Give or take?
3 to 4.
It's a pretty good view up here. And that camera feeds into some splitters. So we get a nice 4K picture coming out of that camera. And that goes, well, we'll get to that in a minute. We've got the fancy soundboard here. You can see when I talk, the little bar goes up and down. That just tells us we're either making mistakes that we know of or making mistakes we don't yet know of. But we can at least hear everything. And then interestingly, for those of you that always wonder, yes, we do actually watch the chat. It's an old MacBook of mine that it runs two things: a browser just to take a look at what YouTube's telling us, and behind there you can see the live score thing. So the little bug, they call it a score bug, but the tiny little score that you see in the upper left-hand corner of your screen is run by that computer. And then this year we've upgraded, and we're doing, this is actually called the YOLO Box Extreme, but for the explanation, this little guy is what is bringing you this broadcast. So we put in some video and some pre-recorded stuff, and we do instant replays. All of that's upgraded here, and it's been really helpful this year to then provide the stream using a device like this without having to do computers and captures and all the things that we used to have to do a couple of years ago. And between that and the little button pad there that helps me run it while we go on air, if I want to do a replay, this is the fun part, right? So if I forget to call a replay, it's because I didn't push this button. So I capture it, poof, there we go. We get all the camera angles. And this little camera, there's obviously one behind each of the two nets. And when we say instant replay and we push a button, it just grabs the last 10 seconds, and then we choose to play it or don't play it. But the important part, if you are one of the nearly sellout crowd members here, and you're up watching what's just happened over on the big video screen, the way we do that is we provide a feed out of this box into a very fancy antenna-like thing. And this little monstrosity goes all the way over wirelessly to the box that's over across the red line there, the DJ booth as we call it here at the Alpine Ice. And in there, they get our feed, and sometimes they put it on the board over there during play. When they do that, now it's kind of up to them. They play it, or they're playing videos or whatever they're doing. But the cool part is that when there's, you have ice skating or whatever, then they play music videos and all that kind of stuff. But this video board's just been there for, what's it been, a month, Dan? Not even?
Yeah, the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, it hasn't been very long. So we've thrown all of this together in order to make sure that that works. So they just get what they call a clean feed out of here, program clean feed. and that gets sent over wirelessly, and it takes about 30 milliseconds to get over there, which is why we couldn't do it with just a stream. We actually have to do it over the air. The other little things we do, like this guy, I've got an old iPad here. If you ever wonder how I mess up names, this is how I do it. And so Mr. Byfield, apologies, but it was because it wasn't on here at the time that I did it. So kept calling him Byford yesterday. That was terrible of me. I really apologize for that. But that's how the names work. At least for me, I used to get sheets. Dan, do you have one of those sheets around here? Oh yeah, this is how we used to do it for years and years and years. Any will do.
No, you want the player lineup.
Oh, the player lineup, yeah. You have that one?
There you go.
So, cool part, teams are required to give us this before each game. Any of the broadcasters get to see this ahead of time. That's the lineups, the numbers, and everything. So your starters are starred there, and you can see by number who's going to play and all of that, which is fantastic, but it's really not easy to read names on that while the game's going on. So that's why we do the iPad here. And I don't think you can see it, but during the play, the other iPad is used to update this guy. So we run we have a volunteer that actually occasionally changes, and the score that goes up here it's technically not official. It follows the scoreboard that is over there. And when they do that, they put as close to the numbers up as they can, and that's how we do the feed. Also, we'll give a shout to the referee crew since they're over there, about to come out. And I think I have filled second intermission completely, Dan. What do you think?
I think you did a good job, and I don't think our viewers have dropped off that much.
Yeah, the graph said, look at that. See, we actually can see how many people are watching concurrently. So, yeah, I actually think I didn't scare everybody away. But anyway, that's a good thing. But thank you again. Like I said, I'm going to take the play-by-play, and you're going to take color for third period and maybe overtime. Who knows, right? There's only been one overtime all year. Why not have another one?
Yep.
And the team's coming out here. So as they walk through, a special thank you to Dan Nichols, Chris Saleh. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you guys. And we'll say hi to everybody as they come through here, about to go out on the ice. We'll be back with you in about 90 seconds. We're going to rerun the ads, and we'll see you shortly.
Everybody clap your hands!
Red Devils Hockey is brought to you by Bushnell Builders Limited. Trust Bushnell Builders for over 40 years of excellence in commercial and residential construction across Christchurch and Canterbury. Quality, experience, and dedication in every project. Bushnell.co.nz. Reform Radiology, exceptional imaging and treatment services for the community. Local team, expert care. Reformradiology.co.nz. The Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center. Fun, physical entertainment for the whole family. alpineice.co.nz. Sounders Robinson and Brown is a Canterbury law firm offering legal advice in commercial law, property, trusts and estates, dispute resolution, family and relationship property. Talk to the team at SRB for legal solutions tailored for your success. srblaw.co.nz. Christchurch Orthodontic Specialists. Expert tailored treatment to get you the smile you want. chchortho.co.nz. And by Futaporo Accountants. Not your average accountants. Futaporo take the hassle out of taxes and let you focus on what you do best. Futaporo.
All right, we'll jump back now. I don't think we could have scripted that, but we're still waiting for the goaltender to get out there. They've been a little bit quick on this intermission, but Reason on his way out there. And we have been treated to a Queen sing-along, so who knows? It's been quite a way to finish up here. So let's get back to hockey. Third period action here at the Alpine Ice. Red Devils get started here, and it's Byfield. And Regan chasing it down on the fresh ice. 3-2 the score. The Admirals up. The Red Devils trying to get back in this one and send this season off on a good note. Moncrief gets the puck. He's going to pull it up the left side. Goes over the blue line, goes through 2 players, but that gets rejected. Does it stay in? It does. It's on. No, it is called there. A late whistle as Byfield tried to push that across the line, and we get a stop in play.
I hope Chuba had good eyesight there, and he definitely knew that was offside because he was pretty relaxed as that sort of offside shot came in.
You know, Chuba's relaxed anyways, actually. I don't think that would have changed him. Haas to take this one on the dot, and it was Regan getting it first. The Admirals with it, and they push that to the near corner as Mawson with just kind of the long play. So it's been interesting. While I was doing the color, I did notice the Admirals, whether they mean to do this or not, their main counterattack once they do the dump and chase, and that's not really a counterattack, but what they're trying to accomplish is when they get into the corner, somebody digs out that corner puck, they pass it back to the middle, and that person that was in the corner is the one that goes to the slot area as quickly as they can. And we'll see if that's something that they continue here. No icing called there. And the Admirals not able to clear the zone. Kennedy with it for a moment. Turned around, and Pake couldn't pull the trigger on that one. Now he does have a chance. Blocked by Vesper, body in the way. And Pake pays the price into the corner. They skate 2 to the side, and now it's Hayward Jones on the other side trying to keep the puck away. Dodwell doing a very good job of keeping that in that half-board area, and then the puck was taken for just a moment by Rout. Another good shift by Ollie Rout. And now the Admirals with it. Passed forward, long pass that goes past Willis. He didn't see it as it was in the air. And Quinn's got it. Quinn trying to get it to the blue line, stays in, pushed back through, goes into the corner. Sevigny picks it up, leaves it to Chamberlain. Chamberlain's shot gets deflected by Lowe, goes up in the air, comes out to neutral, and Lowe's going to collect it. They go for a change, but 2 on the chip and chase. Trying to get it to Lees maybe, or just into the corner, but Chaba comes out and Glove saves it.
You were talking a bit about the theory of forwards and attacking play. I've spent most of my career defending against that, Matt. But yeah, you're right. Trying to get that rotation and movement once you get the puck in on the dump and chase, get some control, get some back, and start a cycle up here to create those scoring opportunities. And yeah, over the last 5 periods this weekend, they have been getting those pucks into some dangerous areas.
Low shot by Hopkins. We'll be rooting for that if that were to go through. Lees goes through the slot, and now Lowe trying to collect it. He keeps it off the defender's stick, but only for so long. Keokuk flipping it back, and Lowe sending it deeper into the zone. Keokuk with the backhanded shot or pass, but it goes the wrong way, and Vince has it now. Vince with the dump and chase. They go too high. Cheney around the corner. Hopkins there first. Meisternock looking to get rid of it, and he's pinned in on the corner. They work it between them, and a shot and a goal. Cheney with a ripper as it goes high and right and stays under the bar, and it is 4-2 to the Admirals.
Again, Admirals winning the battle for the puck in the corner there and having just that player sitting, not necessarily in the slot in this case, but just off the side. Gets enough time and space without being pressured by the Red Devils to lift that one up right underneath the bar there.
And that's one that you have to make a decision. Are you going to play the man there? Are you going to try to chip at the puck? And yeah, as that rolled through, it's a very precise shot in order to score that goal. But when it happens, it's hard to do anything other than give up a goal in that situation. 4-2 the score. And Byfield swinging it around. The Red Devils back to that challenge of being down by 2. They say it's the most dangerous lead the Admirals have now, but whether they agree with it, we'll find out shortly. The next goal is going to be a big one here. Moncrief with it, goes behind the net. Haas now with it as the top line is out and going. Byfield across the ice. He pays the price, goes out of the zone, all on his own. It's Steven. Steven with the work through the legs and a stop. Reason with the kick save, and we keep playing. Mawson pulling it off the half boards, and it goes out to the point. Thrown into the corner, but it's the Red Devils there. They're going to take it out of the zone. Gallagher pays the price as he's knocked over by Mawson. Mawson takes another body there as Haas gets knocked in, and the puck comes out. Steven has it again. He recovers. 2-on-3 shot, low running shot, and it's Reason with a glove save, and he holds on to it.
Yeah, good chance there for Steven coming in. Good back check by Tappan, though, just to cut down enough of the angle so he didn't have a full, clean look at it.
Yeah,
and again, we've seen like Haas battling away the whole time. Like, again, it's what you want to see from the import players you bring in. You want to see them trying to lead by example, and Haas has definitely been doing it. Morris had been doing it until he's out with injury.
Mawson had a fantastic shift there, absolutely. And taking two guys out and getting the puck the other end, that's going to do it really well for them. Route with it, blocker save by Chaba as it was off target. Kicks it into the corner, goes around. Kennedy with it. Dodwell lays the body. Corner in, the puck staying in the corner there with the Zamboni doors. And it comes out funny, but it comes out for the Admirals. 2-on-3. They cross the line. Sevigny with it. Loses it. Kaluzny with a good defense. That comes out. Hits the linesman, so I'm not sure if it could. No, it is going to go all the way. Hayward Jones wins the race, icing the call. Dodwell going back out on the ice.
Snuck through there, but good to see Kaluzny. I think his first season playing as a defensive role here, in all his prior times he's been a forward, and I think in the opening rounds, he's still probably fighting his feet as a defenseman. But again, good opportunity there to shut down the attacking play.
Yeah, a lot of player growth. The only thing I'm really upset about with Kaluzny is he lost that white stick of his yesterday. It was such an identifiable thing for him, and now it's just a good old black stick. Shot, blocker save, Reason puts it in the corner. And Chamberlain cycling with it, but he loses it. Lowe's got it now at neutral. Comes away with it, goes backwards, now skates forward. Passes with a gentle hand, but it's icing if they get there. It's not icing. The Red Devils still have the puck. And Meisternock with it. Takes a shot high and off the crossbar. That's going to go up in the roof of the Alpine ice here. And they get a stop in play.
Great shot there by Meisternock. At the post-match yesterday, Kaluzny was saying to me, though, that's his fifth one he's gone through this year, so he wasn't that big favour of the white the white jobs and custom white sort of paint on that, so, yeah.
Well, maybe that's the turning point he needs. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Keokuk to take this one for the Devils in the offense. Admirals get that face-off, but it's turned over. Meisternock thrown back in. Mawson with it. Flow out and running. And he gets, that was an off pass by Kennedy there. Taylor Kennedy tried to pass it to him, and it just hit the goal and was rejected a little bit off, and that misplay has let the Red Devils keep it. Shot, and Chabo with a glove save as he kicks off the post and gets into a good spot. They go and fix the goal, and it stays 4-2.
Yeah, good to see a good pressure here from the Red Devils from that little under 5'9" line. You know, bringing some energy, effort, not afraid to throw the body.
And now they got the top line back out there, trying to make the most of this one as they try to punish the Admirals for the bad passing out of the defense. Whether they can do it or not, let's see if they go across the ice. They get it to Meisternock. He kicks it low. Play behind the goal here. Chaba looking behind to his right. And that puck comes out. It's more visible now, and Meisternock holds on to it. Stays in the zone. Hopkins with a shot. Oh, and that hit a post, did it not?
Oh, I don't want to get my hopes too high.
And Cistrone on the rebound. It goes as far as the ice, as far down the ice as it could without really being a problem. He picks it up and gets rubbed out of the play quickly.
There's definitely some gasps from the bench.
Did you? I heard the whole thing.
As Hopkins took that shot, that's for sure.
A building collectively holding its breath as that puck was winged in there. And now Moncrief with it. Takes the shot, hits another crossbar. We're just that close to getting it back. And now Moncrief looking for it at the half-board's near side. Sends it in the middle, chance in front, and that one's going to go the length of the ice. Byfield's going to win this race. No icing.
I think the linesman's arms have velcroed to their sides here in this third period so far.
Shot, that hits the side of the net. Stays behind, Reason watching it. Sevigny going out to the point, gives it to McLeish. Now that's turned to Rout. Rout can't play it out as his stick was lifted. And now it's Paik with the move, leaves it behind. Rout sends it in around the boards. It's going to be collected by Dodwell. And despite what Chavo was looking for, there's no icing, and I'm not sure there is in the rest of the afternoon. We'll see. Paik sends it in. McLeish to collect it for the Admirals. 12:45 to go in the third period. McLeish with the backhand to Chamberlain. Chamberlain with the tape to Vesper that comes in, misplayed, and Rout's got it now. Rout skates it, goes for the dump and change off the boards. McLeish has it now, looking for the long outlet pass, and that will go for an icing as that one went 175 feet.
Yeah, Admirals had that chance for that quick up because it was a dump in for a change for the Red Devils, but just couldn't quite hit the player there.
Yeah, it was
that opportunity.
McLeish to Vesper. It was as predictable as it gets for the Admirals. You got to look for that. But short change on this one because it's the third period and the Red Devils were able to get out there. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off like that. I was still thinking color there. I was terrible. Anyway.
You better get on the play-by-play.
Oh, yeah, that's going on too. Sevigny up the right side, looking. Tries to backhand it against Reason. Another one off the side netting. And now Harry Lowe sending it out. Kennedy off of Cheney's skate, and that actually somehow goes from skate to roof. And they get a stoppage. That'll be a center ice face-off. That's one of those that you know, if you're playing on NHL and it like the puck goes flying somewhere and you're like, how did that happen? That was it right there.
Yeah. Is that a glitch in the code or something?
That definitely glitched right up to the ceiling. Anyway, Keokuk to take this one against Cheney. Joel wins that one back to Kaluzny. Skate and cycle, that goes out of play on the tip.
Feels
Out.
like there's been just a lot of deflected and battered pucks here today.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Maybe you say it a lot when you're doing the play-by-play, but it felt when I was doing the play-by-play that I keep saying, oh, interrupted by a stick or a stick in the way there and stuff, which again, on the defensive side of it, you want to be getting sticks in the lanes and breaking down passes.
Well, that's exactly it. I think you have the Admirals really paying attention to getting sticks in the lane, and the Red Devils have been reasonably good at that all year. And you put those two together and you get a little choppy of tempo of the game here. Taylor Kennedy throwing it into the low corner, and Hopkins with it looking to exit. Gets that pass intercepted. If the stick was dropped there, who was that? That was Henry, was it?
Yeah.
And that goes behind, and Vince has it now.
Player in front.
You saw it when I did. That was Cheney just lurking with intent once again. And
Yeah,
that's, you were right. It's they didn't overload, and then you end up leaving somebody in the slot all alone.
It's the puck moving when you're attacking, and you're moving the puck from side to side behind the net. The Red Devils players or the defensive team has to turn, move, identify who the next player is, the new player, and you can get that lapses in defensive coverage. There was a lapse there. Fortunately for the Red Devils, they couldn't get a clean pass through to the open man.
Exactly right. As always, Dan. Byfield with it for a moment. And now it's pinned up against the board there. Haas has it now. Haas looking for an outlet. Gets it up to Moncrief.
He's trying to call a Hail Mary play, I think.
I think he was indeed. Moncrief dumps it behind the net. And Haas coming in with some speed at the blue line, trying to intercept it. He doesn't quite get it, but Tappan does. And Tappan gives it to Haas. He goes through two. Caught on his skate, holds on to it. Great move there. Flips it back. And it's Byfield with it on the left side. Sweeps it between. And that was a chance, a shot. Couldn't get all of that one. Haas kind of whiffed on it. And then there's a good one from Moncrief as he just sends a wrister in against Chaba and gets the face-off.
Yeah, chances there. Again, it's not clean hockey. It's not clean tape to tape, clean scoring chances. They're getting shots off, but yeah, it seems to be the puck's bouncing around, goes under your skate of Haas, does well to keep control of it.
The positive part about that, though, is the ice getting crossed several times by the Red Devils. More of that, and that's how you beat Chaba in this case. Breakaway developing for the Admirals. Shot and a goal! Absolutely no waiting around off that face-off. The Admirals make it a 5-2 game.
Yeah, Svenja there managed to puck the puck past Willis there on the blue line, and from there on in, he was in alone, really. Picks it high, short side again. Reason, I think there's been a couple of times now he's been beaten up high.
Yep. As you do. I mean, most of the goaltenders here, you're trying to get the upper quadrant is trying to get it past them because they've got less equipment there. But that was a burner for the Red Devils. The Admirals are now up 3 with half of the third period to go. And they're going to have to start putting some points on the board if they want to get back in this one.
Oh, great block there by Maistronaut.
Sevigny back for another one here, and he sends it behind. That one goes through the slot, nobody home, and it's going to come all the way out. It'll be Chamberlain to pick it up as the Red Devils change. And once again on the change, they go for the long pass. Hopkins loses a blade there. Vesper gets there first. And Lowe releases the pass, but it only goes as far as center ice, and that gets sent back into by the Admirals. Maistronaut gets there first, kicks it forward, holds on to it, goes up the half boards a little bit. That does not go out, but it doesn't matter. It goes out there. And the Admirals turn it back around. Vesper with it, gives it up, shot, and kick save. That one by Quinn. And another shot off target by McLeish. Hard bounce off the corner boards. Sevigny goes between the legs. Quick move there. It looks like a penalty kill for a moment as the Red Devils try to get their positioning back. Maistronaut trying to get rid of Sevigny there. They do pull the puck away from him. Keokuk trying to dig at it. Body's over on that far side near the blue line, but stays in, kicked back in by the Admirals, and it is Maistronaut. Maistronaut looking for that X. He's going to take it himself, go up the right side. He's chopped away at. They do get a shot as Maistronaut gets a shot away. The Red Devils get another change that they needed. Haas back out on the ice. It's Clammer on the forecheck looking to mess things up, but instead he catches an edge. And Haas with some speed coming through. Cannot hold on to the puck. Good defense there by Taylor Kennedy. Kennedy bothered by a referee there as he was trying to skate back. Haas can't get that behind Chaba. Now goes into Moncrief. Moncrief tied up by 2 players. And now it's turned around. Admirals with it. And they lose it. Henry just can't connect it, but he gets the puck back, throws it back in, and back and forth we go. Red Devils holding on to the puck now. Haas with it, looking to get this in the zone. They bring it in, stays at the point with Moncrief. They go to the corner, Kaluzny deep, leaves it behind, and that's turned over. Admirals looking to break this out. They have 3-on-2 if they've got some speed here. Henry's going to go in, but hold up a little bit. Body there, and Moncrief with a good defense. He's going to keep the puck, skate it out, keeps it himself, gains the zone, goes behind the net, pass in front, but it hit the pipe on the way through. Byfield with a good shot, hits the glass, stays in play, goes around the boards and goes out to neutral. Byfield's got to chase this one down. He does exactly that. And a good move to leave Steven behind. He passes to the other side to Tappan. They bring it in the zone again. And 3-on-2 shot. Chaba, glove save. Tappan goes down. Arm stays down, and we get a face-off.
Great composure there by Byfield. It's good to see some of the young players here for the Red Devils stepping up this weekend. Byfield, Pake, Rout, and again, a few others that have been out there putting pressure on. And showing, again, sticking around. Coach will be looking at them for the years to come.
Yeah, this is good ice time for them to get full speed action and experience, and that's exactly what they're getting. And they're showing that they deserve to be out there.
Gallagher's another one.
Yep. I wasn't going to let that go, but I was going to get back to it. Steven trying to dig that one out on the side. It's Byfield. He can't hold on to it. It's going to go back to Tappan. He's at neutral. Looks to pass it forward. It's Dodwell at the blue line. Comes in. Passes across the ice. Byfield with it. Takes the shot. That's deflected as it goes in. And turned around by the Admirals. Destrone with a flip pass. But he gives up possession. And then the long pass forward past the red line. And they're going to call that one icing. It went just over Dodwell's stick, but we'll get a face-off on the other side.
Indeed. Didn't get enough touch on it, but yeah. Good to see, youth, I think Admirals here now with a 3-goal lead, 6 minutes to go here in the third period. They've got semi-final hockey ahead of them. Expect just some more dump and chase, sort of, dump and apply some pressure. Yeah,
exactly.
They want to keep their bodies intact.
Yeah, it's a park the bus situation for the Admirals, definitely. Vesper with it. They're going to try to get a few things worked out here, but in general, they're just trying to not get injured and get some mojo really going into this, knowing that they've got to play Botany in a few weeks. Everybody will be able to reset there, and they'll get hopefully they get Dake back, and they'll give a good chance, or have a good run against the Botany Swarm, the #1 seed in the NZIHL this year. Dodwell pushes that forward low, comes in on the right side, hacked away at, trying to scoop it in. Chaba watches it stay behind the net, and the Admirals are going to come out with it. It's Chamberlain. Chamberlain coming through. Goes into the corner, catches it. Gets a bit of a shoulder for his troubles. Goes to McLeish at the point. Going low. Puck fought for and then goes out of the zone. Haas there at the blue line. Haas knocked off the puck by Mawson. And another hit there by Moncrief. Shot. And Chaba with a bit of a fumble there, but he holds on to it. The building got really loud.
Yeah.
Mawson just, he was...
Moncrief came through the blind side there of Haaston, got him through on the back shoulder, and then Tom Moncrief stands up to him and levels Mawson in response. But yeah, definitely coming through the blind side there. I don't think he really got too much of the head, but got him on the back shoulder, back side. So.
Yeah, I mean, he had the puck at the time, so he was sort of fair game.
As your responsibility, though, is that player coming from the blind side, and that's when you're really at chance of putting other players at risk and danger.
Yep.
And that's when you can potentially see those bigger penalties get called.
But in this case, no penalties called. Moncrief with it for a moment. Now Gallagher. Haas trying to hold on to it. Haas still has it. Skates the blue line now, turns back in. Passes to the left. Meisternock sending it around the boards to Gallagher. Gallagher going in front, but nobody home, and that puck's going to get flipped out to center ice. Meisternock holds on to it. Good pass there as it goes up to Gallagher. He's going to skate it in if he can, but it's knocked off his stick. And it's Hopkins who pays the price as Kennedy throws him into the plexiglass. Ollie route back out. Haas with it. Haas on the turnover. Hopkins, shoot it, Hopkins. There it is. No, it's...
Defend it now, Hopkins.
It's... yeah, he's got to get back, doesn't he? He chooses not to take the puck carrier and leaves Reason to make the save and clean up, and he does exactly that. Now it's Henry coming in the right side. Route with a defense, and a good save by Reason. It's a net guard on the ground there, and we'll see if somebody's got to pick that one up. The call is icing, and that's going to come all the way back to the defensive end.
Yeah, and will the referees let the player put the net guard back on, or will they make him retreat to the box, retreat to his bench, and he will do that?
Yeah, that'll be best.
And we just had a wee goalie change here for the last 4 minutes.
Is it Auckland?
Yeah, Lachlan Hyde, Henry, sorry.
Lachlan Henry, yeah.
Yeah, coming into the net here for the last 4 minutes.
Chance there for the Admirals. Now Meisternock with it, sends it around, and it's Haast. In front to Reason, he knocks it away. They get to the corner. The near point here, and Meisternock whiffs on that one, goes around, and Vesper now with it. Route with a good swat. Kennedy keeps it in the zone, and it pinballs out. Dodwell's got it 2-on-2. Route's on a chance here. A low shot off target. And now that goes out to neutral. There's going to be a call here, and it's going to be against the Red Devils. A penalty coming up. Looks like a holding call. Sistrone with it for a moment. Sistrone walking in. Sistrone with a shot. Hits the... misses everything. Hits the netting, and we get a stop in play. It will be...
Dodwell, hooking as he was battling away. We've seen a lot of those similar battles here this weekend where players are chasing and getting sticks up and around, but this time it was one attack or 1 centimetre too high on that attack, and hooking's the call.
Yeah, that certainly wasn't something that they're trying to do, or just part of the play. But those are the calls that happen. 3:22 to go here, and the Red Devils are going to be on the hopefully the power kill, but the penalty kill here for the majority of the remainder of the game. Out to Regan up high. Regan goes in the middle. Vesper, now a shot. Sistrone gets blocked into the corner. Regan's got it. Mawson gives it up. Sevigny loses it at the blue line, goes out. Mawson's going to collect it for the Admirals. And now Vesper comes back in. He's skating through the middle, and it gets knocked off his stick. Lowe with it. And Lowe skating behind the net. Off the boards, a hard one, and goes the length of the ice for the clearance. Admirals with the puck. They come through, and that's over the blue line, over the goal line. Sevigny still with it, leaving it behind for Mawson. Mawson spins around for a moment, tries to get it to Regan. Now he takes the second chance to do that. Now Sevigny at the blue line. That's kicked off a skate. Cross ice. And they try to get in the middle. That was a good defensive chance there. Now Regan with a good wrist shot, blocked by Reason. And another one by Quinn. And that's a goal for the Admirals.
Yeah, just creating those rebound opportunities there. And Red Devils went there to tie up the players or find the rebound. And Regan comes through from his side position on the power play and puts home the loose puck.
I think it would have been a trip call if it hadn't gone in, that's for sure. But Regan with another one this weekend. And I think you're right. I think that's one of those situations where you have three players in the zone, all in that area, all playing zone. And when you have Regan jump through, then you just don't have enough time to react to it. And in that case, you have to decide which of the three players is actually going to take the body. The other two play the zone. But I don't know what the administrative side of things is here. I mean, I'm filling time a little bit, even though that is the truth. Don't know what the holdup is. Anyway.
The puck's in hand. Looks like we're about to go.
We will get this one underway. 2:09 to go in the third period. This one well in hand for the 4 seed, the Admirals. Going to come away with a win and ensure that they have a winning season as well. They'll go 9-7. Hand pass called. It is pretty amazing the parity in this league outside of the Red Devils. It has been 10-6, 10-6, 10-6, 9-7. And I am looking forward to the playoffs. They are going to be incredibly unpredictable.
Indeed.
Hayward Jones swatting at it, but it's Paik that holds on to it for a moment. He goes down, and now the Admirals come out with the puck. Hayward Jones with the pass forward up to Grant, or to Henry, excuse me there, and that goes around to Byfield. Clammer trying to get the puck away from him. Byfield giving it up to Haast, to Rout, and now Paik takes it in the zone, takes a shot. Right on Chaba. Glove save.
Not Chaba anymore.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Goalie change.
Oh.
Henry out there.
It is indeed Henry's. The fun part about that one, that may ruin his 99% time.
Oh, I don't know. 5 minute quick math. 16 games times 60 minutes. Go.
960 minutes.
Okay.
And 1% of that is 9 minutes 36 seconds.
So I think he will be 9 minutes because this will be 4 minutes, and I think he was only out for a minute or so previously.
You got a point. He's going to keep the 99. There you go.
That was no calculator, no abacuses, no slide rules, nothing there.
Now, for all of the technology we have up here, we had to do that one in our heads.
Now we won't look at the comments if we get fact checked.
No, actually, that's true. And I guess it's worth saying thank you, everybody who was watching this year and every year. We do actually look at the comments, so thank you for all of your efforts watching the Red Devils. We'll call this last minute here, and then we'll get through it. Maestronach sending it back to neutral. And all right. Chamberlain sending it out. Maestronach has it. The red line, good spin move. McLeish passing it forward. That's turned away. Hopkins has it. Moncrief. 30 seconds to go here. Moncrief takes the puck away. Vesper and Hopkins. Hopkins goes flying. Vesper watches him go by and gives him some grief for it. That goes out. There's a penalty, probably a cross-check against Hopkins as he, yeah, there it is, the Red Devils. And that is that's pretty much how we end the year.
Yeah, the frustration's a little bit probably with not just the game, but maybe the season.
Yep.
Starting to show through, and Admirals will be just saying we'll get through this last 12 seconds, and I'll look forward to the next games.
So a face-off coming in the dot here. We got to make sure that the players are right. They're going to get one more off the ice for the Red Devils. Moncrief coming off. And Keokuk to take this face-off against Cheney.
Penalty against the Red Devils, number 11.
And puck goes back and forth, goes to Cheney again, takes his shot, and a goal! Just to make sure we do it again. 7-2 the score with 4 seconds to go in this afternoon's proceedings.
And yep, making them pay. I think that put it back, 7-2 I think, score yesterday.
Yep, same one.
Same two, so 4 seconds to go. And again, anything can happen. Scoreboard could still move, but yeah.
Well, that finishes up here. So the Red Devils are going to finish the year 1-15. Obviously frustrating. Obviously full of injuries. Obviously.
And who do they win the one game against, Matt?
The number 1 seed, the Botany Swarm.
There you go.
Here in Christchurch, of course. Yeah, it's a funny old game, isn't it? That's of all the things to happen. It was that. Was it 6-5 or 6-3? I don't remember which, but it was early on in the season. They split the series here at home with Botany. And that is the win.
It was, that was coming off the back of them putting 20 goals on them a couple of weeks prior as well. So that game was a great game there for the Red Devils. But yeah, that was just probably one game out of 16. So yeah, not the season for the Red Devils that they would have been wanting. Again, I think just they had some good imports on board this year with Morris and Haas. It really had. Just having that local talent around. Again, they had a couple of the Moncrief brothers come over from Australia, and unfortunately for Noah, took an injury and has missed the last 6 or so games.
Yep.
Out of that, but again, this last weekend we've just seen here, there's some good youth playing that's coming through, which will hopefully then look forward to next season. Again, it's it'll be a whole different team depending on what inputs you have and what players. It could be a new looking or a different change with some hope for next season.
Yeah, that is the interesting thing about the NZIHL. I mean, there are some regularities, like you always see Queenstown towards the top and so forth for a number of reasons, but there is always hope because things change very quickly in this league. It'll be interesting to see how the Red Devils front office, if you will, I use that in quotes, responds to the changes here and what they're going to do next year. But I mean, obviously today was a building game, and it was really good to see some of the skill out on display for some of the folks that have some of the newer shirts on. So yeah, I would agree entirely with that. To wrap this up, the Admirals, they look like they could be a problem if Botany doesn't take them as seriously as they should. This is a team that can punish you, especially on the special teams. That was evident this weekend.
And I think when coming into this round, again, they don't have what we've seen in the Red Devils. They have a couple of good star players that if you shut down 2 players, you think the Admirals have the goal scoring comes from multiple players, from multiple people, multiple different lines. It's not like they've got one big threat or 2 big threats and you shut them down, they're their own. The Admirals have that bit of balance across all their lines that they can play their style of hockey. They'll be putting chances up, in every game. So Swarm will have to make sure they're on their game for the whole 60 minutes across all their players. But again, shouldn't worry, talk down the Swarm as well. They've got some good talent and good players, and hence why they're at the top of the table as well. So it's going to be a fun final series as a spectator or a fan watching this. Unfortunately, the Red Devils team won't be in on it, but for New Zealand ice hockey, it's
been quite a season, especially with the IIHF tournament, the Worlds being in Dunedin, the women's, the men's. It's been quite a hockey season, and it continues on here. I want to give a special thanks to Chris and to you, Dan, for being here all season and helping us out here. And
Matt, we've got to stop right there because we've got to give you a big thanks. Not just for this season, but for, is it 10? I think maybe you said 10th year doing the commentary here.
Not just the commentary. So I started in 2016 working with the Red Devils on the stream team, and 10 years. So it's been quite a ride, that's for sure. So
thank you very much for your commentary. I think I listened to some of it when I was a player, and you commentated me, and you had some names and words for me, which was all good. But it's been fun this year, Matt, being up here beside you and calling the games.
Before we go, I do want to mention it was your shot that broke a stick at the end of the year and still went in the net, was still seared into my brain as just you taking a shot from the blue line. So there's been a lot of good memories, and we are enjoying it. And it'll be interesting to bring it to you next year as well with all the improvements that have been going on. But for me, thank you for letting me do color for a little while. Like I said, I'm going to be doing the semifinals and finals coming up here in 2 and 4 weeks, I think it is, as it goes. And before we go, I do want to mention a couple of things here. So let's see, that was the old standings here. The only thing that changes there is the Admirals have one more win. And besides the playoffs, something to be excited for. The last thing the Red Devils will do this year, the 3-on-3 Super Showdown in Auckland. That happens on the 13th and 14th of September. So if you're interested in seeing some of the players one more time, they will be out there on the ice in that tournament. And it was a lot of fun last year in Queenstown, so if you get a chance, please go to that. Otherwise, we'll wish all the teams the very best of luck, and I will see you guys in Queenstown when the Thunder come back and try again to see if they can get through for the semifinals. And the Red Devils come back in 2026.
You'll have to dust up on your rules for a 120-minute game.
Oh, yeah, that's the first thing we got to talk about. Anyway, let's not go into that, the two-game combined. Hi, guys. So, got to say hi to everybody down there, and we'll catch up with everybody shortly in the playoffs or next year here at the Alpine Ice. For Chris, Dan Nichols, Matt Chavez, we will see you again. Thanks, everybody.
Red Devils Hockey is brought to you by Bushnell Builders Limited. Trust Bushnell Builders for over 40 years of excellence in commercial and residential construction across Christchurch and Canterbury. Quality, experience, and dedication in every project. Bushnell.co.nz. Reform Radiology, exceptional imaging and treatment services for the community. Local team, expert care. Reformradiology.co.nz. The Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center. Fun, physical entertainment for the whole family. alpineice.co.nz. Sounders Robinson and Brown is a Canterbury law firm offering legal advice in commercial law, property, trusts and estates, dispute resolution, family and relationship property. Talk to the team at SRB for legal solutions tailored for your success. srblaw.co.nz. Christchurch Orthodontic Specialists. Expert tailored treatment to get you the smile you want. chchortho.co.nz. And by Futaporo Accountants. Not your average accountants, Futaporo take the hassle out of taxes and let you focus on what you do best. Futaporo.co.nz.